time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Pittsburgh. It's the Jets and the Steelers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
For a trip to New Orleans in Super Bowl 58, we are ready to rock in the AFC Championship game. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And rightly so. He's been the big story leading up to this AFC Championship game because, as we all know, no rookie's ever won a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Heck, no rookie's ever started a Super Bowl. So he's trying to rewrite the history books here, and if he wins this one, he'll get his own book.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Second year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And they'll run it. This is James. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Barkley again. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense running out, and we shine the spotlight on the undrafted revelation, James Robinson. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Now that's how you start to get back into good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. James Robinson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2nd and 5. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Thomas has got it, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. Nifty move. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd and 3. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over. New York set to take the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught by Wilson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Second and 6. Back to throw again. Right side, Claypool's got it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss loss of 11 on third down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Again, it's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So the Jets now down on the scoreboard. 1:51 on the clock. A field goal won't help. They need a touchdown to send them to the Super Bowl as they've got it 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He's back to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll look to throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time, able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. It's Barkley on the counter, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big 3rd down coming. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Now a first throw here in overtime. His throw incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Right, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you get a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it. You get...
And it's caught! Touchdown in overtime! And they are Super Bowl bound! As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.